Hey guys, how you doing? 420 Scene here, back at it again with another new video. Be sure to join our free Discord. A link is going to be at the pinned comment and description down below. And of course, drop a like on the video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. We're going to continue on with our Organic Grow Guide mini-series, and if you haven't checked out the early veg portion of the series, be sure to go to the mini-series playlist under the video archives on the channel so that way you kind of stay up to date with all my videos. Before we get on with today's Super Soil Mix Guide, we have an Elite Cut giveaway over on Twitch, so follow and subscribe to us over at Rad Scene. We do a lot of Arc Raiders weekly trial events lately and Smoke Sesh live streams. That's always definitely a thing. And it's an awesome way for us to chill and hang out. And if you do have Amazon Prime and want to show further support at no cost, drop your free Twitch Prime subscription during my next live stream, and you're never going to have to get any more ads on Twitch. You're going to be automatically entered in every single giveaway, so it's kind of a win-win. We go live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern, so I'll definitely see you there. Today we're going to talk about the initial custom Super Soil Mix that I've used for the longest time, the ratio amounts, and why I use the amendments that I use. So let's get right into it. To start off with, you're going to go with a 5-part grow medium and 1-part worm casting. So for every scoops of soil or grow medium, if I say soil and grow medium, you know what I'm talking about. So again, for 5 scoops of soil or grow medium, you're going to throw in a scoop of worm castings, just so we're on the same page here. That's going to be a bit over 16% of worm castings ratio. The worm castings, they control the slow release of the other nutrients, so that way your plants have enough food until you hit them again with the monthly top dresses. Like after the, after you do the initial. Worm castings are great for soil health and protects your ladies from pathogens, similar to how the vitamins from my fruit peel teas do. Next, you're going to add 1 tablespoon per gallon of soil of down-to-earth crab meal or oyster shell. It doesn't matter if you go with crab meal or oyster shell. It does not matter. Both are excellent sources of calcium. It really just depends on what your shop has available. If they have both available, I guess I would just go with crab meal, but either way, doesn't really matter. Next, you're going to add 1 tablespoon per gallon of soil of down-to-earth fish bone meal. Now, a lot of people associate high phosphorus with big flowers and mid-flowering, but phosphorus is just as important in veg too, because it helps with root development, which is crucial in the early to mid-veg. You want to maintain a healthy root system with strong growth. Also, if you don't have enough phosphorus in veg, your lower leaves are going to look all, they're going to look all blotchy and messed up, kind of like a worse version of what calcium deficiency looks like. But again, more blotchy. Next, you're going to add 1 tablespoon per gallon of soil of down-to-earth kelp meal. Kelp has a lot of micronutrients, and it's similar to worm castings as far as the root development portion goes and the absorption of nutrients, so kelp meal is definitely a must. I know a lot of people are going to ask about alfalfa meal. I have used alfalfa meal, and I compared it with not using alfalfa meal. If you have alfalfa meal, definitely use it, but if you don't, it's not really a big deal. I haven't noticed much of it. I mean, the differences were just marginal. Next is going to be insect-based bat guano. That's going to be 1 teaspoon per gallon of soil ratio. So you're going to be using there's different versions of bat guano. You're going to use the one that's more rich in nitrogen, that has a higher NPK ratio with higher numbers for the nitrogen side instead of phosphorus. The higher phosphorus version of bat guano is fruit fed. That's more preferred in the flowering stage, or mid-flowering stage, I should add. The easiest way for me to explain bat guano is that it's a more high octane version of worm castings, at least in my opinion. It's great for slow release, and it helps improve and maintain soil health just like worm castings do. So use the insect-based bat guano in veg, which is higher in nitrogen, and you can use the fruit-fed bat guano in flower, which is more rich in phosphorus, but it still has a good amount of nitrogen as well. So you can use either or, but I would recommend the insect-based bat guano for veg and the fruit-based bat guano for flower. Lastly, it's going to be your potassium-based, super important. I like to use down-to-earth langbionite. It's got a 0.022 NPK ratio. You're going to give them 1 tablespoon per gallon of soil ratio. There's really not that much to talk about with langbionite. I mean, it's your potassium base. It's your main potassium base. Now, when you top dress, the ratios are going to stay the same except for kelp meal, bat guano, and langbionite. Instead of top dressing with 1 tablespoon per gallon of soil like you do for your initial mix, you're going to top dress with 1 teaspoon per gallon of soil ratio. Everything else is going to stay the same. If you have any other mixes that you want to share with us, drop it in the comment section below. I'd love to see the different mixes that you guys use. Even if you use pre-mixed stuff, throw it down in the comment section. I know a lot of you guys like to still use Gaia Green. A lot of you guys like the Stash Blend. There's a lot of different stuff out there, so let me know, guys. I've always been a fan of Down to Earth. I've used Down to Earth for years, ever since we were at that first apartment. Having said that, before I close off today, today's video. Be sure to join our new Discord, and super important, go hang out with us on Twitch. Great way to just kind of get to know each other. And to everyone else, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitch, like I said, at RadScene. And I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. If you do have any other questions that I haven't covered on here, feel free to hit me up on Discord. I have Discord pulled up literally all the time when I'm working on my videos, even when I have Twitch pulled up. You guys already know the drill. As always, stay safe. Peace, guys.